I'm Kimberly Johansson. I'm a certified nurse midwife and nurse practitioner, and I'm the owner and practice director of Empowered Pregnancy. I started out as being a chef, going to school with restaurant, hotel, and institutional management, and I wanted to be a chef and own my own restaurant. And when, at a very young age, my mom got cancer, diagnosed with cancer, and my freshman year of college, she got very sick. And at that point, if you would have told me I wanted to go in the medical field, I would have told you you were crazy, especially nursing, because my idea of nursing is you change bedpans, you do baths, that's about it. And during that period of time, I saw how nurses could impact the family and the big psychological implications of nursing, along with just the physical things you do. And it made a very rough year when my mom passed away much easier, because and it was due to the nursing care, and the nurses cared about the whole family and not just the patient, and that just really hit me. So I decided I was going to go back and go to nursing school and become a nurse. Didn't really like anything there other than childbirth. And when I had my first child, it was just kind of like this aha moment. I'm going to be a labor and delivery nurse. And I had a great experience, but it was a very medical experience. And I was talking to somebody when I was pregnant with my second child, and she goes, "Oh, I had my baby in a birth center with a midwife." And I'm like, "What's a midwife?" And she tells me, and I said, "I'm not quite sure what a midwife is, but I'm going to find one." And the next day I found a midwife and continued my care with it, and that's like, this is what I want to do. And that kind of set me on my path for how I was going to do my career, because I always then said, I'm going to do things that can set me up to be a midwife. And as that grew, and as I saw how medicine was in the hospital, and being a hospital-based midwife is, you're still in a hospital and you're still forced to follow their rules, and midwives are really boxed in to work more like doctors and not like midwives, and that's not what I became a midwife. And I watched over 25 years it get more dangerous to deliver in the hospital instead of safer to deliver in the hospital. And back in 2016, when ACOG, the governing body of OBGYN, came out and said for normal healthy women, it is just as safe, if not safer, for them to deliver in a birth center that's nationally accredited, run by a certified nurse midwife, than in the hospital. And that was kind of like my green light. And I looked at my husband, I'm like, yes, it's time to go. Because I was actually in a hospital training residence at that time, and it didn't matter if you were a midwife. You couldn't get through to them that normal healthy women were naturals. So that was a big reason. I'm like, we have to get birth out of the hospital and into birth centers for normal healthy women. I am a certified nurse midwife, so that makes me a nurse practitioner too. Our birth center, you walk into the room, you would never know there was anything medical whatsoever, but hidden behind the doors, I have anything available to me that I would have in a hospital. So if there's an emergency, I can react to emergency very quickly. So I have the safety for the patients, but they don't know it's there.